What if the sun, moon, and stars weren't just lights in the sky, but constant reminders that God's timing is always perfect? Genesis 1:14-15 says, "And God said, 'Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.'" Think about that. God didn't just create light, He established order. He set the sun to rise at the exact right time, the moon to pull the tides, the stars to mark the seasons. The universe runs on His schedule. The sun doesn't argue with God about when to rise, the moon doesn't negotiate about when it should shine, and the stars don't complain about their placement in the sky. They simply obey, trusting God's perfect timing. And here's the real question. Do you trust God's timing in your life as much as you trust the rising sun? Before we go deeper, take a second and hit that follow button. Your support is helping spread the word of God, and we are beyond grateful for you. Every comment, every share, every like, it helps reach someone who needs to hear this today. Let's keep spreading the word together. Now, Genesis 1:14-15 isn't just about astronomy, it's about God's sovereignty. Commentators point out that the celestial lights weren't just made for beauty, they were made for purpose. The sun marks the day, the moon and stars govern the night, and all of them work together perfectly. Not a single sunrise has ever been late, not one star has fallen out of place, because God is in control of every moment. And yet, how often do we question His timing in our own lives? We trust the sun to rise on schedule, but when God says, "Wait," we panic. When He says, "This is your season," we hesitate. When a door closes, we get frustrated. When a promise seems delayed, we question if God even hears us. But listen, if He set the entire universe in motion, don't you think He knows the right timing for you? Look at Ecclesiastes 3:1. "For everything there is a season, and a time for every purpose under heaven." That means your waiting isn't wasted. That delay, that unanswered prayer, that door that hasn't opened yet, it's not a mistake. It's God aligning things in His perfect timing. But let's be real, it's hard to wait. It's hard to trust when nothing seems to be moving. It's hard to believe when you feel stuck in the same season. But here's what's crazy. The same God who spoke the stars into existence also numbers your days. He sees every moment ahead of you. Joseph had to wait in prison before stepping into his purpose. David had to wait in the fields before he became king. Even Jesus waited 30 years before stepping into His ministry, because God's preparation often happens in the waiting. And maybe that's where you are. You've been fighting God's timing instead of trusting it. You've been trying to force doors open instead of letting God open them at the right moment. But listen, the God who set the universe in motion is also orchestrating the details of your life. So here's the challenge. Where have you been struggling with God's timing? What's an area in your life where you need to stop striving and start trusting? Drop a comment and let's talk about it. And if this hit home, follow for more. Because just like the sun rises right on time, God's plan for your life will unfold exactly when it's meant to.